All right. I think we have to sing this sometime.
You gotta do the dance with it.
Can Ryan hear it? You got that song, Ryan?
Man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Joe Gibbs Racing PB&J show. I'm Boris, guest co-host here, and we're joined by, on my left, Brandon Jones. What's up, Brandon?
Good to be here, man. It's fun.
And on my right, a virtual Ryan Preece. That was good.
You actually looked the right way, too. That was good.
Feels like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. You look good. I mean, you got
great?
yeah.
Yeah. Good. I mean,
feel
that's got to be pretty awkward, right?
Yeah. Where are you right now?
I'm actually in my race shop in Connecticut.
Okay. All right. Wow. Well, it's looking
I wish I could see you, but
good. How's
my connection quality must not be that great.
How's the weather up there, man?
The weather? I had the doors open for a little while. It's 55. It's not that
good.
cold.
Yeah, that's nice.
But it got a little chilly, so I shut it.
Cool.
So
How's the weather down there?
it's pretty nice. It's been nice.
Yeah,
here.
it's not been bad. Been kind of rainy though yesterday. It was kind of gloomy, but not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this for the first time, it's Joe Gibbs Racing PB&J. Now, Christopher Bell is supposed to be here. Now, I think Brandon
It
knows
still
the
works,
answer. Yeah. So, Ryan, do you know why the name of the show is PB&J? I think Brandon knows, but do you know, Ryan?
No, I don't. Why?
Okay, well, take a guess. Take a wild guess.
Man, I don't have a clue, and I don't even have anything remotely funny to even come up with. So I'm just curious what it definitely could be.
Think of our names. It may help you there.
Not my name, though.
No, the drivers.
PB&J. I don't know, man. I am so lost.
What's
here.
your last name?
Oh, wow. Preece, Brandon, and I mean, Chris?
Well, close enough. He's got
Close
the
enough,
concept.
man.
No, Preece,
Preece, Bell, Jones.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm close enough.
Preece,
right?
Bell, and Jones. Yeah. So even without Bell here, you either got a Brandon Jones works
Yeah.
for the B, or I guess I could be Boris could stand in for the B.
You could, yeah. So
there we go.
either way,
There
it
we go.
works right
Yeah,
now.
right. So the whole point is, this is kind of a little lunch hour to get to know our up-and-coming NASCAR drivers and to figure out what it takes to be a successful NASCAR driver. We've got some good options here to hear from, and so. But first, because the name of the show is PB&J, I mean, do you guys even eat PB&Js or what?
Oh yeah, I'm very sensitive though on how it has to be made. Like you have to have the right amount of peanut butter and jelly. Like you can't make it too soggy. You can't make it drip and all off the sandwich and stuff. So it's all got to be right for me. I'm very very sensitive on my peanut butter and jellies.
What about you, Ryan?
I don't know, man. I'm not much of a peanut butter jelly guy.
Are you
I'm
allergic?
going to have anything like that.
You're not
Probably
allergic
just
to peanuts, are you?
Yeah.
You are.
You're allergic to peanuts?
I totally. I'm trying. I didn't hear you.
Oh, are you allergic to peanuts?
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm with you though. I mean, I like actually like honey instead of the jelly.
Okay.
You ever do that? A little
Yeah.
honey in there?
I've heard of that. I haven't done that before, but
Here's the way to avoid the drip though. You put the peanut butter on, and then you get your knife and you make these channels, like these ditches. You make little honey channels. Gets caught in there, and then there's no drips.
wow, that's thought out. I need to. You know what? We actually have some bees at the house. We've got 4 massive bee boxes, and it's actually really part of my neighbor's area. But I have caught swarms and stuff, so maybe I need to get you some like really fresh local honey.
That'd be awesome
for your honey and peanut butter sandwiches.
So you raise bees?
Well, the neighbor raises bees,
Okay.
but it is a joint effort. There's times that bees are so weird, man. Like, so they only follow the queen. So if the queen ever decides that the box is getting too crowded or something and it's getting too hot, she takes off and she leaves. Well, the whole crowd's gonna go with her. And so those bee boxes are like, they're a couple $100s to buy a full set of bees. And so if you lose one, it's a pretty big loss. So every time that you can catch one in a tree or something, they call it a swarm, and someone's got to be holding the bee box up underneath the tree, and you're decked out. You're right. You got the bee uniform on and the veil and all that. They've got to shake the limb off and try to get the queen down in the box, and if she gets in there, then everything else is going to go.
Okay.
They're weird.
Wow. Well, speaking of queen bees, I think Ryan Preece is the only one of the 3 drivers that's actually married, right? Right, Ryan?
Yeah, that's very true.
Ooh.
Happy wife, happy life.
Okay. I take it she's good with the racing, though, right?
Oh yeah. Say that again though, because I don't know if the mics are up really loud and it's just kind of squelchy. But
That's all right.
What was that?
I was going to say she's good with your racing, right? The Queen Bee?
Oh yeah, she actually. So the story not a lot of people know is she actually raced. So I raced against her before I started dating her. So
Wow.
yeah, she likes racing.
All right, good. Well, we talked about what makes a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but what makes a good race car driver? Like, we'll start with you, Brandon. What do you think has enabled you to get to this point and beyond?
Yeah, it's such a weird sport, man. It really is. Like, you have to have so much discipline to be, I think, the best. And you got to be able to work under pressure, you know. So it's really hard to be able to think about your next move while going 200. I mean, it sounds kind of funny, but you're always sitting there thinking about your next move and what you're supposed to be doing and how you can help the car get a little bit better without making a pit stop and things like that. So being able just to put aside the speed and the G-forces and the heat and everything that's going on in there and work in that environment, I think that's what makes a really good driver. And obviously, it's a big lead up. You know, Monday you're studying. What do you study? You know, there's so many different things that goes into it. And so I think the best wake up and breathe it. You know, I mean, they really do. And if you're not dead committed to that, I don't think it's really hard to be the best if you're not committed to it.
Yeah, makes sense. And then you got Ryan over here. He has like 122 wins and modifieds and whatnot. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he could tell me a little more than I could.
What do you?
Yeah, we wake up. We definitely breathe racing. But
Exactly.
yeah, know what Brandon said is very accurate. If you want to be really good in racing, you have to. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
perfectly.
absolutely.
Okay. It like all of a sudden things got really clear, so I didn't know like if you guys could hear me or not. But so basically, just it's like he said, you got to live and breathe it. It's something that I'm around 24/7, and if you want to be successful at this, you definitely you got to be thinking about, you know, not only what you did last weekend, but what you can do better next weekend. And as far as what's helped me is being more hands-on with the race cars, especially with modifieds. It's made me a lot more what's the word I'm looking for, consistent. When we have, you know, runs, we've been consistently running up front or contending for wins. So I feel like having a grasp on what's going in your race car and kind of just the little things, that helps in the long run too. So and then everything else Brandon said.
Cool. Well, I think things got clearer because we're joined by Mr. Christopher Bell here, Ryan. He's to
Go figure. What's up, bud? Where is he? Am I right or
yeah. I see you. I see you're wearing a nice ream hat there and got some pants and shoes,
like
the whole
that.
thing. Yeah, it's actually kind of a
skinniest
cool
I've ever
setup.
been in my life.
Yeah. So what's up, Christopher? How you doing?
Doing great. Sorry, I'm a little bit late here.
That's all right. We saved a sandwich for you.
Yeah, they look good, and I love PB&Js.
We saved you 4
Well,
sandwiches.
that's the name of the show, and we quizzed these guys already. But do you know why it's called the PB&J show?
Does it stand for something?
It does.
hmm
No, I can't figure it out.
All right. So
Come on.
Yeah,
Put some
that's what I
effort in.
said.
we made Ryan guess.
Yeah.
He got close. All right. So you got Preece,
Bell and Jones.
Bell, and boom.
There you
And
go.
we made it work because even in your absence, we had Brandon Jones, so we had the B covered
There you
here.
go.
So it's all good.
Exactly.
And so we talked about our favorite PB&J sandwiches, how you make them right, but what makes a good race car driver is now what we're talking about. So what's your opinion on that?
Well, I think you got 2 ways to be a race car driver. You can either A, just be a natural and be a Kyle Larson and be great at it and not work a day of your life. Or you could
Can't
or
wait till
you
Kyle
could-
watches this.
yeah, or you could be the Jimmy Johnson type who works harder than anybody and obviously has the results to show for it.
Okay, that makes sense. Good answer, guys. Well, today we have in the last first few episodes you guys sat down with Lindsay
Hang on, is this
Zarniak.
live? Like, can Preece hear
Yeah.
me as I talk?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
He's
I
a
just
little-
can't see you.
he's a little
It
bit
says
delayed.
poor connection. So
Okay, so he is a little bit delayed.
We can see you all right, Preece.
yeah, good.
So y'all
Great.
sat down with Lindsay Zarniak in Daytona, and we got to know a little bit about you. So we just want to make sure that you guys, you're the trio here, the PB&J trio of Joe Gibbs Racing. You're our up-and-coming cast of drivers. So we wanted to play a little 2 truths and a lie about each of you.
Oh, boy.
So we have some facts here. 2 lies, 1 truth. Preece, be afraid. You're going first.
Okay.
So it's up to us to say
That-
truth or lie?
Yeah, that means Christopher and Brandon are going to have to pick which one of these is the truth and which one is a lie. All right, so Mr. Ryan Preece, He's cousins with actor Mark Wahlberg.
Lie.
He owns a pigeon, and he's met all the members of NSYNC.
Oh wow,
Brandon, what do you
Got
think?
Two
Which one is
truths
it?
and a lie in there.
He's
No,
definitely.
wait. That was. It's 2 lies and a truth.
2 lies and a truth.
Did it backwards.
Oh wow, so definitely not the. Wow, give me the options again, man. These are all lies. It sounds like.
All right, Ryan Preece. He is cousins with actor Mark Wahlberg. He owns a pigeon, and he's met all the members of NSYNC.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna say the lies are the Mark Wahlberg and the NSYNC, and then he owns a pigeon. Wow, I don't know.
What do you
why
think,
would do
Christopher?
that.
I'm gonna say Mark Wahlberg and the pigeon are lies, and he has met NSYNC.
Oh. All right. Ryan, what's the answer?
I have a pigeon.
Wait,
A
is
pet
that
pigeon.
so? That means I'm right.
No, I think he was right.
I was
That means Bell's
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I'm right.
What?
That's what I thought.
Oh. What?
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
no,
no,
I
Bell's
told
wrong.
you-
I'm sorry. Bell said in sync. No, I
Oh,
haven't.
okay.
Yeah, I told you the 2
Random,
celebrities
right.
were definitely wrong. Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's
a
make
pigeon.
sure.
Now, wait, explain this to us. Does the pigeon have a name?
Yeah, Frank. Pretty
Frank.
pretty classic name.
Frank the
Actually,
pigeon.
and how I found him was he was outside my race shop sitting like just by the door, and he wouldn't leave. Like I could walk up to him, so I grabbed my wife and said, "Hey, I found us a pet." And apparently, it's not good if a pigeon doesn't fly away. I didn't know that. I just thought it
Oh.
liked me, so I ended up having to take it to the vet, and it was okay. And she wouldn't let me let it go.
So you picked
because
it up, like-
she loves pet birds and horses and all types of pets. So I'm pretty much going to have a barnyard full of different animals
So-
probably in the next 10 years.
You gonna have like a pigeon farm or something? I don't think those are.
I'm going
even-
to have all sorts of animals. I'm pretty convinced that, any animal that we find, we're just going to end up keeping. And I have no say in it.
So
Just
you've
happy
actually,
wife, happy life.
you've
That's it.
actually like held this thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It loves me.
You can't get diseases from a
Wow.
bird, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't that
Yep.
mean it has rabies if it doesn't fly away?
I don't know. I'm assuming it was somebody else's pet at one point, and we just kind of took it.
Wow. That's got to be the most unique pet.
It-
You guys have pets?
No,
I don't.
I wish I had a dog though. It's like we have no time though. I mean, I feel like if I had a dog, I would never want to leave its side. So I would hate to like always have to send it off every single week to like a kennel or even like one of the doggy daycares, like the big castles they have for dogs now. Like I still couldn't do that, so I'd have to like always have my dog with me. It would have to be like a service dog where it could go on the plane and everything.
Okay. Do you have a particular type of dog you would want?
Oh yeah, black lab.
Wow, right at it. What about
Yeah,
you, Bell? You're
no
just not
question
a pet
asked.
guy?
No, I've had dogs growing up. Just as Brandon said, there's not really time for one right now. Yeah, I had dogs growing up.
Okay. All right.
Which is depressing. I mean, I'm like a dog whisperer. Like you should see me with a dog.
Yeah. Really?
They just gravitate, instantly to me.
Have you watched that show?
Dog whisperer?
Yeah. Oh, gotta watch that show. That's great. All right. So, Preece, are you gonna bring it to the track at all? Frank, is he coming to the track?
No, maybe New Hampshire. We'll see. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see.
We're gonna need a picture at some point now for social media. All the fans watching.
Just for proof.
Just for proof,
Yeah.
I'll take one here next weekend.
Now, is
we
he
go.
your typical domesticated like New York City pigeon, where he's plump and he's sort of purple and black and all that?
He's a fancy pigeon.
Ah.
He's got like a colorful chest. Yeah.
Okay.
He's he's definitely interesting. But I don't know.
What in the world?
All right,
Yeah.
let's move on to Mr. Brandon Jones here for 2 lies and a truth. Now I have to get the name right. Okay, here we go. Brandon Jones. His dad was a basketball coach. He watches old Western movies, and he can run the mile in under 6 minutes. Preece, what do you think?
His dad's not a basketball coach,
Okay.
and I don't think he can run a mile in under 6 minutes. So I'm gonna go with option B.
All right. Belle, what do you think?
I don't know, man. He did say he's been going to the gym a lot here.
And he's not very. He's very aerodynamic.
Yeah, that's true. So we have run the mile, basketball coach, and
Yeah.
what was the last one?
That he's a big fan of old Western movies.
I believe the Western movies.
Yeah.
What is it, Brandon?
Definitely the Western movies and the basketball coach for the Truce, and I cannot run that mile in under 6.
Your dad was a basketball
Yeah,
coach?
yeah.
Wait, wasn't your dad a basketball coach?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I was gonna say.
We got
That's
two-
a trick question.
Yeah,
I thought
it
there
was.
supposed to be 2 lies.
Yeah. Well, I tried to flip it up. I knew Christopher's dad was a basketball coach, so I tried to apply that to Jones over here.
Oh.
So wait a second. So,
So you had 2 truths and a lie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Wait, what kind of basketball coach for Brandon? Was he
He
like
was more
Look at you
my
stumped our
coach
host.
than anything,
in
but
high school or like when?
no, growing up like really young, like more like elementary school stuff.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
so pretty young,
Okay.
pretty young. That was more of my Arkansas days there.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Christopher? Your dad was a basketball coach?
Yeah, my dad coached high school basketball.
All right. Preece, what did your dad coach?
He didn't coach anything. He coached me on how to bang out body panels and
There you
create
go.
HVAC tin work and all that good stuff. So
All right. Wow. Okay. So,
yeah,
so the truth was that you like old Western movies.
Yes.
All right. Now here's the thing. I asked some people before this show started because we had the truth was that you liked spaghetti westerns. Does anybody here know? Have they heard of that phrase before? Spaghetti western.
Anyone I've mentioned to has no clue what that is. I'm
Yeah.
really shocked at it.
Everybody here that we asked didn't know either.
You knew what it was.
I didn't know what it
Yeah,
was, but I like him
figured
too.
you-
But here's the big question: are you a John Wayne man or a Clint Eastwood man?
Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
all the
come on,
way.
brother, come on,
all the
man.
way.
Yes. Have you seen his new movie, the Train?
No, I need to though, man. It looked really good.
I'm with you.
He's doing a heck of a job directing lately.
Yeah.
I thought he's made some really good movies.
Have you guys heard of that movie where they have the real heroes from that saved the people in the train shooting that they actually got them to act in the movie, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's
I didn't know that.
the military guys. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to go after this and see it. Okay, so do you have a favorite spaghetti western?
Obviously the one that comes to mind, Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
That's a great one. It's pretty classic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think though. What was the one that Clint Eastwood came into the town and he was pretty much the sheriff that had been, like, you know, kind of. I think they'd killed the sheriff or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And he like he basically tortured him the whole time.
Dude, that's
like,
my favorite one.
Which one is that called? The
High Plains Drifter.
High Plains Drifter. That is the best one by
That's
far.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys, that's some homework for you guys.
Exactly.
Hey, so has Preece seen this setup that he's standing in or sitting in
I
right
think
now?
he's got a picture of it.
Like, I want to text a picture of it to him.
I've
got
already
shoes.
gotten it. That's why
Okay.
I keep looking left.
Yeah. He's a pro.
I don't know.
It
even
actually
got the
looks
hat.
pretty good.
It does. I don't know what the pants are stuffed with, but they're pretty lifelike.
His shoes aren't tied though, but that's okay.
Don't trip.
Yeah.
What about you, Brandon? What's your favorite kind of movie? Wait,
Christopher.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
getting my PB&J's mixed up here.
I don't know. I'm not a big movie guy, but I like a good laugh every now and then.
Okay. All right. What about you, Preece? Movie man?
Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. So
Classic.
generic.
So generic.
We might have to reenact some of those scenes with the three of you.
We could do that.
Here's a question. So, if we're PB&J, you know, the ingredients of a peanut butter jelly sandwich are you got the bread, you got the peanut butter, and you got the jelly. So, which you three, like, which ingredient are each of you?
Oh wow.
The bread. Who's the bread?
I would need like a definition on how each one of these affects.
Ryan's the peanut butter,
All right.
Brandon's the jelly, and I'm the bread.
I think that sounds pretty accurate.
There we go.
Describe it. Like how so? How do you?
Because I feel like Ryan would beat you up, and Ryan has the peanut butter like this stiff like stuff that gets stuck on the top of your
Yeah.
roof.
Grady.
Okay.
You
You can say whatever you want about me. I don't care.
I don't know how to take that.
Brandon's like the. I don't know.
Is he jam or is he jelly? Here's a good thing about that. You got a lot of ingredients, a lot of different flavors of jelly you can pick from. So you got some more manly flavors.
Or
you can pick
preserves,
from.
right?
Yeah.
Preserves.
I feel like that's good because he's like if the apocalypse hit,
There you go.
finding Brandon
I'm your
Jones.
guy. I'm your guy for
help you
that.
preserve everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm good with that. I can go with that answer. It's cool.
And then the bread for Bell. I mean, is it just white bread or what?
I mean, if you're making a PB&J, like from some fresh white bread, or even like some honey wheat, fresh honey wheat. That's.
Are you saying Christopher though? Like bread doesn't last long. Like so that's not really. You don't want to be bread, dude.
That's true.
Bread goes
That's
stale
true.
like in a week,
Yeah, but it's kind of like
and it starts getting crunchy and.
it's not the first thing you think about. So it's like quietly confident kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
true.
it holds it together. It holds everything together.
Oh.
The things
Okay.
we talk about.
All right. So we still have to do our two lies and a truth here with Mr. Bell to wrap it up. In fact, I think I'm going to switch it to two truths and a lie for him.
Well,
So
there's
we're gonna-
already two truths and a lie for
That's
Jones.
true. It's,
Well,
Stop confusing Boris.
Sorry.
yes and no on one of those.
all right, here we go. Christopher Bell, our final 2 truths and a lie. He loves Full House. He's never watched Netflix, and he once won a tractor pull. Ryan Preece, what do you think?
Wait, what's the game?
2 truths and 1 lie.
But they're 2
All
lies
right.
and 1
Well,
truth.
the lie is he's never
It's 2 lies and
watched
1 truth.
Netflix. I assume. I don't know.
Wait, say that again.
I'll
That's
get him
what I'm
so
gonna go with
confused.
because he's not a movie guy.
So say that one more time, Preece.
I said I don't think he's. So wait, hold on. Run through that whole list real quick again.
And it's actually. But never mind. Never mind.
Two,
So
it's 2
out of
lies
that-
and a truth.
Yes, out of that list,
Yeah.
there's not 2 truths.
Really? All right. Then my
Yeah.
notes are wrong. So I'll still read them again.
I think what happened is I messed you up, and I got you a little off.
The basketball thing got the whole
Yeah,
thing going.
he really wasn't a
haywire.
coach. He was more my coach. So I mean,
Okay.
so
So here they are again. Christopher Bell loves Full House. He's never watched Netflix, and he once won a tractor pull.
That's easy.
I'm gonna go with him. You know, he definitely won a tractor pull. That's it. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
So the others are lies.
All right, Brandon Jones, what do you think?
No, he watches. He's a Full House, and then the other 2 are lies. The Netflix and the tractor pull are lies.
Wow. All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew that was it.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, I.
Why would Christopher ever like that? Is the most country like backwoods thing. Tractor pulls.
He's got a point.
Hold on. Am I right or am I wrong?
No,
You're
Preece, you're
wrong.
wrong, man. You've been lapped.
I'm wrong. So he likes. You're a Full House fan?
Dude, for whatever reason, Preece, if Full House.
Are you kidding me?
when
I
it-
would have never guessed that.
whenever
I had to
it
stand
comes
up for that one.
whenever
Holy
it comes
crap.
up on
Sit
TV,
back
man,
down.
like I'll just like be there, just like kind of whatever, and then I'll hear like the everywhere you look, and then it just like catches my attention, like right there.
Wow.
Isn't there a new Full House?
Yeah, did you
Fuller
watch-
House, yeah.
Fuller House. You like that one?
No, it's not
No.
the same.
Yeah, it's not.
So what draws you to Full House?
I don't know. I guess just because whenever I was a kid, I watched it, so now it's like, just kind of a memory that.
Is it
I don't know.
Is it Kimmy Gibbler?
No, it's definitely not Kimmy Gibbler. She's annoying.
All right. Well, so we've got this line of questions. So you got Joey on Full House, Danny, and what's
Jesse.
Jesse. Yeah. All right. So we're going with
knows
this line of questions. So of the 3 of you, who falls into those categories as those characters?
I would say.
Is he on my left or right?
You're
left.
looking right at me right now.
Okay, perfect.
Nope.
No,
Now you just moved.
No, yeah, it's Boris.
There you go,
Oh.
right there. So I would say, just for me, Jesse, Joey, and me, or Jesse, Joey, Danny.
Yeah.
I would say Preece is Jesse, Joey, and Danny, because I'm like
Brandon's
the
Joey.
elderly of the group.
Okay. Is that true?
I mean, I've been at Gibbs longer than
Well,
those
that's
two.
true. Good point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Preece is a little bit of a Joey. Preece, have you seen this show?
I didn't even really watch that show much, so I can't relate on this whole subject.
Okay.
Didn't watch
I
much
haven't
Full
watched
House,
it
so
in
I
a
don't
long
even
time.
I don't even know much of the characters.
I don't know. Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
If I had to just go off names, like I'd be Jesse because, like, I don't know. It's,
Jay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse James, Jesse J.
Jay. All right.
Jesse
So-
Jones.
Yeah, Jesse Jones.
So
like
my
that.
note said you had never watched Netflix. Bell, is this?
That is true.
So he's,
Wasn't a movie guy.
he's-
Remember?
He's screwing me up here.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. You were really on
Gotta
the right
raise my
track over
hand
there.
here
You know,
real quick.
we,
So one thing I will say is my wife tried making me watch. There's apparently a new, like the Full House all grown up.
Fuller.
So maybe
House.
you should go and check out Netflix so you can watch it.
There you go.
there you go. Yeah.
How do you
Fuller
have?
House, I think that's what it's called.
How have you not watched Netflix, Bell? You just don't have any time.
I don't really know how Netflix works.
Okay. So I think isn't it you get a CD in the mail? Is that right?
Yeah. That's,
So you don't know how it works.
That's
either.
Redbox.
Yeah, I think that's some good homework. What about you, Brandon? You have a favorite TV show?
Yeah, I do, and I.
How it's made. No.
Yeah, dude, that is a cool show,
It
man. I
is a cool
really
show,
like
yeah.
that show, honestly, a lot. I did like a couple of TV shows that used to come on, and like I haven't had my season come back on yet. So like American Grit was awesome with John Cena as the host on that. Trying to think, there's like one more of those like military challenge type shows. I kind of enjoy that kind of stuff, but nothing that really comes on every single week that I watch.
Okay. What about you, Ryan?
I don't know. I kind of go through like every couple months. There's a new show I start watching, but I can't remember what the one we're watching right now is. It's on Netflix. Basically any Netflix original series, I guess.
So does your
I don't
wife
watch
have you
TV
just
much.
you just binge watch the show? In other words, you just watch like 6 episodes at a time?
That's pretty much it. Yep.
That's the only way to do it. Hey, I also heard that Belle has never been on vacation. Is that true?
Yeah.
Man.
I hope my girlfriend doesn't listen to this.
Uh-oh. Something's going to be planned. So never on like a tropic vacation. All right. Okay.
Get ready.
We got some things to work for.
Get ready.
That sounds like we could do a remote podcast. I don't know about you, but little business expense.
I'm with you, man. I'm not a vacationer. Like, do you want to go on vacation or you just haven't?
No,
been?
I don't want to go on vacation.
Yeah.
But this year for Christmas, my family and her family are going to go to Australia and race some sprint cars, and I guess
Gotta
we
race.
might go to the beach a couple
Okay.
days. So that'll be our closest thing to vacation.
That is New Zealand, or sprint cars big in New Zealand too?
New Zealand's more of a midget country,
okay.
but I've been to New Zealand and Australia, and I guess, but I went down there to race. So I guess some people go for vacation.
All right. Well, I wasn't keeping track of the scores, but I think Brandon Jones was the winner on that one.
Yeah, I
2-2
think I
one.
got.
Yeah, the tractor pull was
But
definitely
then
not
I
winning.
messed you guys up with my answer, so I do apologize, sir.
Cool. Well, we're going to wrap it up, but there's just one more question I wanted to ask because, this show's about up-and-coming drivers, and I guarantee you about 80% of the people listening to this, when they were a kid, they said, I want to be a race car driver. So do you all just, to this day, do you kind of still pinch yourself when you realize you're climbing in and you get to go 180 miles an hour for a living? Ryan, how do you just feel about being a race car driver?
I mean, I think each of us is still trying to make it. I would classify. I still live in Connecticut, obviously, and I still work for my modified owner. So I'm still trying to make it. I'm still trying to get to that full-time opportunity level. So I'd say I'm very lucky, and I see a lot of people that I race against that. They say to me, man, you're lucky you're going around all these places, and I am. So I'm just excited for all these races that we have coming up this year, and I really can't wait to get in that 18 car, and I can't thank Ream and Root enough for giving me the opportunity to do that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and anytime you can kind of travel the country and race a race car doing it, there's not much better job out there.
Cool. What about you, Brandon?
My views on it are racing looks really cool on paper. It sounds like great in theory, and then you jump into it, and there's so much extracurricular stuff that you have to do to try to be, at the best in the series to make it really enjoyable and really fun. When you're running like 15th and stuff, you kind of get in like a slump a little bit, and you're really trying to figure out how to get out of that. And whenever you watch it on TV, all you see is the winning portion, and so. That looks awesome. That looks great. But sometimes you have to read the fine print on how much it really takes to get at that level. And so, as somebody coming up through the ranks and stuff, obviously Ryan is an awesome example of this. But you're working your heart out and knowing before you get there what it takes to be the best. So you're not super surprised by the time you get here. And so. That's something that I think everyone should kind of keep in mind whenever they're looking at any professional sport is what does it really take once you get to that top peak level, So that's my little 2 cents of advice, but it's enjoyable, man. Whenever the time's right and everything's flowing great, it's a really fun sport to be a part of.
Yeah. What about you, Belle? Are you addicted to racing?
Yeah, I think pretty much everybody understands that about me. But, the thing about my situation is, I made it whenever I was 16 years old. Like my dream, my goal as a kid was to be able to drive race cars for a living. And really I started driving for different car owners and started to make a living driving race cars whenever I was 16. And my goal as a kid was never to be a NASCAR racer. My goal was to be a professional race car driver and to support myself by driving race cars. So I've been able to do that for a long time throughout the dirt world, whether it was sprint cars or midgets. And fortunately now I get to make a great living at stock cars and get to be a NASCAR driver. So that's really cool. But, I've been really fortunate that, I made my dream a reality a while ago.
Awesome.
That's very true. Good. Yeah, that was good.
Well, cool. Well, this has been fun. A little PB&J action here. Preece, Bell, and Jones. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
All right.
Until next time.
Listen, Preece, we're going to leave you up here for a little while if you just want to hang out.
I don't think I can go anywhere.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to Joe Gibbs Racing's PB&J.